Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
What are we doing today?
Today we are going to be prepping to go buy groceries. This is going to be a first for us because we're going to be doing a 1 month haul. Instead of doing a 2 week haul, we're going to do a 1 month. We did do 1 month hauls back 10 years ago when Joel lost his job. They were all freezer meals. And so this will not be a freezer meal. Meal plan is going to be just regular meals. I mean, there might be some freezer meals, but it's not solely freezer meals. So that's going to be what we're doing in this video, is prepping, like going through everything to make sure that we buy what we need to last a month.
All right, let's get to it.
Hey guys, really quick jumping in here to say that I made a mistake, operator malfunction, you would say, with screen recording my computer for this video. And I thought it went to downloads, and when I couldn't find it in the downloads, I thought that I had done something wrong. And if I had just taken a second to Google where it was being sent, I would have known exactly where they were. But it turns out that that's a good thing that I just restructured the video, because it would have been really, really long. Probably like 45 minutes to an hour if I'd have left all that in. So instead, it's going to be much shorter. If you'd like to see how we meal plan, we have a video that we have done where we did a 2 week haul. We will link that, up here and in the description and all the places so that you can see that. If you like this 1 month meal plan video, then let us know, and maybe next time if we do another one, we'll do one that is focusing on the meal planning portion instead of the inventory portion. But I digress. I did want to tell you just one couple of things before we move on to that inventory. One is our goal here is to spend less than $300 for the month. For all of the hauls total, and you may be going, you're supposed to be doing a once a month haul. Yeah, that plus going back for fresh produce once a week. So, and as I would like to note that we usually buy our son French bread for him to use for French bread pizzas. And I don't have a ton of freezer space to keep that many loaves of French bread. So we will count that as fresh produce. If you would like to see how much we actually spend total, then be sure to subscribe, because in September, we will do an August 2023 budget goal recap video. And we're going to show every time we went back and how much we spent and how much that meant we spent total at the end of the month. I do have to note that we have 5 days that we know that we will not be home. It's not that unusual for us to have some days that we don't eat at home, because if we go to theme parks, which we do regularly because we live here in Orlando, then we don't eat at home those nights. So it's not that unusual. But in this month, it's actually our anniversary, both of our birthdays and our son's birthday. So we don't plan to eat all of our meals at home. If you can see right here on this calendar that I downloaded from canva.com, I have the days marked out that we're not going to be home. As you can see, there's 5 days marked there as out, and that's anniversaries, birthdays, things like that, because our August is like Christmas for us. Everybody has a birthday and our wedding anniversary, all the things. So that's 26 days that we will be home. And so we want to make sure we have enough food for 26 days. Either way, that's why I did the calendar. You can do a day planner, a weekly planner, a monthly planner, anything like that, a paper calendar that you may have around your house, or you can go to a website like canva.com. You do not have to pay to use that service, and hashtag not sponsored, but you don't have to pay for it just to use a calendar. We don't have a paid service, and I make thumbnails on there, so it can be done, and it's not an extra charge. And I think that pretty much is everything you need to know. Let's get out there and do our inventory. Okay guys, we are going to inventory the deep freezer first, and normally I use Google Sheets to do my inventories, but I can't record on my phone and fill it out at the same time. So I just grabbed a notepad so I can write down what I have. And then when I get inside, I'll add it to the chart. Okay. All right. So this right here is corn that we got on sale at Walmart probably a month or so ago. We went ahead and froze it, and we're actually saving that for Thanksgiving and Christmas, so no touching that. It is what it is. We've got 2 pounds of ground beef. 2 pounds. See, I'm just writing that down. This is banana that I saved for smoothies and stuff. I can move that back there. I have 2 bags of broccoli. All right, so now I'm going to count all this chicken. I'll let you know how much it is when I'm done. All right, so that was 13 pieces of boneless, skinless, 2 packs of pulled pork right there. Okay. That's already cooked. You just have to thaw it out, no problem. See, we bought a bulk size of these and over a month ago. I don't know how many's in there. Probably about 20. We'll just guess 20. I'm not counting them. 20 yeast rolls. I'm of the opinion, as far as this month thing goes, that if we run out of those rolls, then we just don't eat rolls. All right, so that is 1 pound of shrimp, 1 whole chicken, and these are chicken bones, as well as these are chicken bones to make chicken broth. And those are the veggie scraps that I'll use for the chicken broth. And as you can see, I need to make some really soon. All right, so we're not going to bother writing that down. Okay. Frozen bottles, as you know, that is just in case we have a hurricane. This is July, so we are in hurricane season, and we're going to keep that water in there just in case we lose power. We will have that water both to drink and both to keep this freezer as cold as possible for as long as possible. All right, guys, now we're going to look inside the refrigerator. Now, I have almond milk. 2 extra containers, not buying almond milk. I have 1 whole thing of heavy whipping cream, so hopefully I won't need that. This is how much coffee I have left. But hold on. The reason why it's in that jar is because it was at the bottom of the container, and so I just moved it into this little jar so it wouldn't take up as much space in the refrigerator. But hold on. We normally buy Great Value coffee, but I am trying to get to the point where I don't think I need heavy whipping cream. So I told Joel I felt like I was going to need a higher quality coffee so that I don't miss that creaminess from the heavy whipping cream, that I can enjoy the taste of the flavor of the coffee alone. So this is the one that I bought. So we don't need to buy coffee is what I'm saying. But feel free in the comments below to tell me what your favorite coffee is to buy. You know, I am on a budget, but I figure spending a couple of extra dollars every time I buy one of these large ones, which takes me forever to go through because I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day, means that I would save money on the heavy whipping cream because it's like $5 for every one of those containers. And it's, I usually go through it about every 2 weeks. So I would be exchanging extra $10 every month for spending an extra couple of dollars. So I think it's worth it to try other brands and see if I like the flavor a little bit. And obviously that would lower the calories that I'm taking in too, in coffee, because I wouldn't be adding it in my, into my coffee, and I'd have those calories for other foods that might be a little more nutritious. So anyway, the point is that, if you have any tips, let me know in the comments below. So picking up where we left off, we have a thing of chicken broth right there, and I have stuff to make homemade, so I do not need to buy that. There's eggs. There's probably about 20 in there, so we probably will buy more eggs. This is just something I have been using. I only have one of those little triangles left. I'm not sure if I'll buy more. That's just dependent. This is some cheesecake salad. If you saw our July 4th video, you saw that recipe, and I liked having it. It's a fairly low calorie thing. It just has, well, let me rephrase that. It's a pretty low sugar. You're supposed to make it keto, but I didn't. These are apple sauces I had when I had the dental extractions, and I didn't use them all. And I'm not big on just eating applesauce by itself, so if you have any ideas, I know I could use it in bake items, but I don't like baking really enough to do that. I mean, I make baked goods during the holidays, but I don't like baking in the summer. So if you have any ideas for that applesauce, let me know. I am doing a taste test of yogurts for a video, and so I've got 3. If I find the one I love, then I'm going to get it in a bigger size. This is random cheeses that our son uses for French bread pizzas. We also use it. Bacon that we made just last night and have some left over because we bake it in advance for that reason. This is shredded cheese, but it's cheddar. These are mozzarella. These should be in the freezer, and obviously I forgot to put them in there. That's also some cream cheese, some pepperoni for his pizzas, some leftover pulled pork that we need to eat, 2 bananas. Yes, I put them in the refrigerator. These have been in the refrigerator since for a week and a half now. And if you seal them off like that, then as you can see, it looks like it's starting to turn, but this is a week and a half later. And the thing is that other than right here on the end, it'll be a little brown. Right here, when it looks like this, it's not brown on the inside, except maybe on the very end. So if you just cut the ends off, you're fine. But it took a week and a half for it to get to that stage. We have tons of stuff in here. We have Parmesan cheese. We have pepper jack cheese. We have more shredded cheddar cheese, more bacon. This is a pack of andouille sausage, a pack of bacon, 2 hot dogs from when Joel wanted hot dogs recently, crescent rolls. We will be using one of those in tonight's recipe, so we'll have one left. This sausage is for when we do the sausage and gravy recipe. And this is when is for tonight's dinner. So we left it in here to thaw out. And this was from the night before. We were putting it on potatoes. Now we're out of potatoes, but I'll find something else to put it on. No worries. That is cracked chicken. And let's see. Oh, refrigerator. We got butter plus butter wrappers to grease our pan. Mayonnaise, mustard, bacon fat. Yep, you save it. Applesauce, more of that from the thing. And water, and more water. Ketchup. Pickles. Oh, and that ketchup is only something our son will eat. Ranch seasoning mix. You have to keep that in the refrigerator because it has this ingredient in it that also has to be refrigerated. Oh, hold on. There we go. That has to be refrigerated. So, and since that goes in this ranch seasoning mix, you have to keep it refrigerated. That's some peanut butter, syrup. I don't know when we use that, but we don't normally cook those. We don't make pancakes and waffles very often, so I don't know why we would have that. Dijon, that's in some recipes that we make. Hershey syrup. You know, Joel got some ice cream recently to go with the peach cobbler. When the peach cobbler was gone, he got Hershey syrup so he could finish off the ice cream. He finished off the ice cream. We still have Hershey syrup. Jelly. There is soy sauce and oyster sauce, and you know that one that starts with a W. I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. Let's see. I just looked at them. The soy sauce and the W sauce back there are close to being emptied. And like I said already, I got 2 almond milk, so I don't need to buy almond milk. So that's all the refrigerator. Oh, and up there you may see a box of cereal. FYI, that is for hurricane supply, not for everyday eating, so we're not going to be counting that in our plans. All right, and in the freezer, we've got blueberries, smoothie packs, broccoli, frozen croissant rolls for Joel, more bones, chicken bones and scraps, and then a bag of frozen corn. This is some of my stuff that I've been keeping for alternatives to eating, you know, so that I get more veggies in my diet. I got cauliflower rice items there, or pastas. And those are hamburger buns. And you might be wondering what the hamburger buns are for. That is for Joel. For the reason why we have those, I'll tell you in just a second. Okay, since I normally don't eat the hamburger bun, like if they eat cheeseburgers, I get lettuce and tomato and make a salad out of it. There's a lot of times that there's like, out of a pack of 8, they only use like 4. Like if we have leftovers, they'll eat 4. Like 2 one night and 2 the next night. So that means 4 doesn't get used. So I put them down there. A lot of times I'll just say, oh, we have enough hamburger buns in there that we don't need to buy more if I plan a meal like that. So that's why I have some in the freezer, is just because we don't use a whole pack every time. Up here we have baking supplies that we hardly ever touch. We do use the coconut sugar to make barbecue sauce when we make homemade barbecue sauce. So we've got that up there, and then we have confectioner sugar, and I don't normally typically use it, but I did use it on that cheesecake salad that's in the refrigerator. That cornmeal is something that we're trying to use up because it has an August 10th date, and you might be thinking, oh, just because something says an expiration date doesn't mean it goes bad. Yes, that's true, but I have had cornmeal turn on me, and I'd rather use it than let it go bad. Flour, and I got another pack of flour right there behind the sugar that should be in the baking box. The reason why the sugar is down is because we used that on July 4th to make the peach cobbler, and obviously nobody ever put that up, and it's a little out of my reach, so I can't get it back up there unless I get the stepladder out. Anyway, sorry for the shaking. I do have an Essential benign trimmer, and it wears my arms out holding it like this, and then makes my arms shake. So, and anyway, that's a backup thing of flour. It's also a backup thing of grits, because I also got grits right there. Peanut butter, I have tons of rices right there. Plus, if you see that right there, that's more rice. Got oats, got pasta, got some of those, and yes, I do use them. I use them not on the days when I intermittent fast, but on the other days as a smoothie for breakfast. So, got some teas and stevia. Joel's got some crackers there, and we'll probably have to buy more because he does like to eat that before he goes out for a run in the morning, because it's just enough to kind of like stave off hunger, because it's not fun to run when you're hungry. So he does that often. Obviously, I have way too many Chick-fil-A sauces. Do have 1 garlic there. Our son has 2.5 things of Pop-Tarts left. And so to make it last for a month, I'm thinking 2 to 3 boxes would do it. These gels are for Joel when he does a really long run. He takes some with him so he can replenish some of the calories that he's burning off. Our son is into these types of chips. You know, he was doing Pringles, now he's gone down to Lay's. He will also do the generic ones for Aldi. So to get this to last for a month, we'll probably be buying them at Aldi. This is granola that I bought recently, and I have a backup thing of granola, and so I've got plenty of that. That's popcorn that apparently I can't eat anymore, but maybe Joel will eat at some point, which he used to eat all the time, and now he doesn't very often. I can't eat these any. I can't really eat chewy foods, and Joel and Jacob won't eat that. So I'm trying to figure out somebody to give that to. We have some of these, and I may try to eat these again, but when I had the extractions, I was told no nuts or popcorn or anything like that. But our son was eating some of them, but I think he forgets they're in there because you can't see it, so like that. We bought these for the cilantro lime chicken to make burritos and then never ate them. I mean, we ate the cilantro lime with rice and never used the burrito shells. So I got to figure out something to do with that. Pretty much all of these canned foods are standard that we keep. What I do is after I make a meal plan, I go through and see what canned foods, what seasoning, what spices, what sauces I need. And then to actually make those recipes, and then I make sure I have those ingredients. And I do keep one extra chicken broth in case something happens that keeps me from getting to use it. This is where I usually have potatoes. As you can see, I have no potatoes. That's where our son usually keeps his Cokes. And he's out of Cokes. And we're thinking probably a 36 count Pepsi or Coke will be enough for him for a month. And if he runs out, he's on his own. We don't need coconut oil. And we don't need avocado oil, but back there, right there is the olive oil. I think we're going to need that. We'll also need some of the gallon size Ziploc bags and or Great Value bags or whatever. We won't need garbage bags. And again, that is Hurricane Supply stuff. Yes, I know that's a Chick-fil-A cup, but Joel works there, so sometimes I get brought in our house. Okay, I think that may be everything. I'm back with my meal plan, and that's what you're seeing here on the screen. You know, earlier I said Saturday, Sunday, and Monday out because we would be out of town, but our son is not going with us. So the taco soup and the quesadillas to the side. There's just a few things for him to have, but that's why there's food listed there or a meal listed there. So this is the list. The ones with the asterisk are ones that are new to us that we're going to be trying. And we do some of that for other than the taco soup and quesadillas. We do try something new, as you know, for this channel. So if you're ever interested in any of those recipes, be sure to check those out. But these are the ones that will be coming down the pike. Eventually, you'll see a recipe video for them. We will most likely go to Aldi since we have such a large haul. While we're in Aldi, we will price compare with Walmart to make sure that we're getting the best price. We will pick up next week with the actual hauls where you can go shopping with us and see what we actually bought and how much it actually cost us. And like I said earlier, if we have to go back because we didn't buy enough of something, we will let you know that. But that's what this is. It's an experiment. So it's to see how much of something we would need if we needed to go longer than 2 weeks. So we expect that we may not add it up right. But that is it, and that's going to end this part of this video. We will start a brand new video where we actually go shopping in the store, and you'll see that week after this one.
All right, so that's going to do it today for the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.